In life generally, it's good to experience something a bit different every now and then, isn't it? Same applies to caravanning. I think this fits the bill. It's the new Antares 496 from French brand Caravelair. Certainly has that spark of difference on the outside and in the inside too. It's not a layette that you see every day. Let's go and take a closer look. It weighs a pretty respectable 1400 kilograms when fully laden, so it's accessible to a wide range of tow cars. It's a modest 22.5 feet long. You've got a hitch stabiliser and the weight distribution inside is nigh on perfect for towing. I'd say that's pretty much all the boxes ticked. Looks good, doesn't it? The thing about GRP body panels is that they always look very sleek and polished, and when they're shaped like this as well, it presents a good picture for itself. Tough and impact resistant too, which is an important consideration if you've got lots of kids running around, and there's a good insulation layer of extruded polystyrene foam as well. Heavy duty corner steadies, that's always good to see, and that's a thoughtful piece of standard equipment. A 7-year water ingress warranty as well, which gives you some reassurance. Inside, it's all very nice. The panel gaps are all nice and even. Everything opens and closes as it should, and there's no squeaks or graunches anywhere. A couple of bits of untidy finishing off, but otherwise it's a nicely built caravan. It's a perfectly comfortable lounge, but as you can see, there really isn't an awful lot of it. If you have a full complement of 6, it's going to be a real struggle to accommodate everybody around here, especially at mealtimes when you have a freestanding table in play as well. Somebody passing by the caravan commented that, oh, I don't like it because that small window makes it too dark. Believe it or not, I actually don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. It feels perfectly light and airy in here. There's a big sunroof over the kitchen, which helps in that regard. So in terms of the amount of light it lets in, no great difference. Storage, plenty of it. There's a huge deep bank of overhead lockers up there. Elsewhere, all the underseat and underbed lockers are accessible, and there's plenty of space in there, totally unencumbered, so you can cram quite a lot in there. Equipment-wise, again, there's some thoughtful stuff. Outside you have a gas barbecue point as well as an exterior shower attachment, which is useful for summer family holidays. And if you have a dog, muddy paws, no problem. 5 main sockets inside distributed throughout the caravan, although there aren't any serving the fixed bunks, which is a bit of a shame. So very compact living accommodation, but it's a nice place to be. Fundamentally, the first thing to say is that all 6 occupants, if there are 6 of you, everybody has a good bed on board. This is one thing that the Antares does really well. This bed, although it's not the largest double in the world, it's extremely comfortable thanks to the good quality upholstery that's used throughout. And while I'm just a few ounces too heavy to check the overhead bunks, the mattresses are good and deep, and the bottom 2 are both adult-sized beds, which means this would work very well as a 4-berth if you've got a couple of growing kids, or indeed if you want to come away with a couple of friends. The wraparound curtains that provide some privacy to the bunk areas at night are really good quality that shut out a lot of light. The fixed bunks, they both have an individual reading light and a window, so they're really good places to be. A really good job here. Well, let's not make it the elephant in the room, we'll just address the issue head on. It's very small, isn't it? And for a 6-berth caravan, well, good luck when it comes to serving up at mealtimes. To be honest with you, you'd probably struggle with 2 on board, never mind 6. In terms of storage space, it's a lot better. You have the 2 overhead lockers and a couple of very big cupboards at floor level. Cooking-wise, no microwave, nowhere to put a microwave, even if you wanted to bring one, but you do have an electric hot plate on the hob, plus a couple of gas burners. Compact oven and grill combined, that frees up space for that cupboard underneath, and you have a decent sized fridge with a separate freezer compartment. So it looks nice, but very pinched for work surface. This is perhaps not the 496's strongest suit. There are just 2 reading lights in the lounge, backed up by a cluster of LEDs on the ceiling overhead. After that, there are no more lights along the corridor of the caravan, which means it can feel a little bit gloomy towards the back in the evening time. What lights there are on board are of very good quality though. These reading lamps I mentioned are multi-adjustable. 2 of them here, 2 in the lounge as I mentioned, and 1 each in the fixed bunks. The kitchen's perfectly well illuminated by a strip on the underside of the overhead locker. The one place on board that's exceptionally lit is in the washroom. It features the only example of bling on board, with a really nicely backlit full height panel in the shower which looks really cool, works well too. So a bit of a mixed performance on the lighting front. Bearing in mind that most families will use the on-site facilities, I think you've got everything you need here. There's enough room, even in the shower if you want to grab the occasional douche. It's fully adult sized. Storage-wise, you've got an area of open shelving for all the family's mugs and toothbrushes, as well as a cupboard behind the mirror here. And the very attractive little wash hand basin, towel rail and a loo roll holder. I think they've done a pretty good job in here. Well, it's certainly different, isn't it? And I think entirely a good way as well. It looks very sleek and fresh on the outside, and the inside's largely well done as well. There are a few compromises, as we've discussed, but at £18,000, it's pretty good value and is definitely worth a closer look if you go caravanning with a large brood.